Okay, what we have here is an unboxing of sorts. I just got back from Best Buy and I bought the case for the Motorola XOOM, the official one. It's probably a little bit overpriced. I paid $39 for this, so probably a little too expensive. But I'm not really a fan of cases generally, but I'm not really used to the tablet form factor either. I don't like babysitting it. I don't like to have to hold it all the time, especially if I'm in a position where I can't put it in my lap, and I kind of like to be able to set it up and not have it just point up straight in the air. So I'm going to try this case and see if it works for me. Now, I'm really a fan of the Asus Transformer form factor, and if you're not familiar with it, it's a new Android tablet coming out from Asus, and it actually is in the form of a netbook, but the screen pops off and you can use it as a tablet as well. So it has its own built-in stand and keyboard and mouse pad, although I have no idea how the mouse pad would work with it. So you've looked at this bag long enough, let me just pull this out here. And you see here, it's the case, functional flare, protect multi-view angles, perfect fit. The Motorola Protective Portfolio Case for the Motorola XOOM, made by Motorola. Take a quick tour around the box here, just gives you a little update on what it's all about back here. Protected from everyday bumps, work any angle, the perfect fit. Let's open this up and pull this out. You get a little documentation here, and then this is the case itself. Now, it's made out of some sort of rubberized plastic, and there's some different texture here. Rubberized texture here, and then it's a basic plastic here because this bends out, and I'll show you that in a second when I actually put it on the device. Open it up, it shows you how to put it in here. So let me go grab my XOOM and put it in here. Okay, got my case, got my XOOM. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in. I'm going to open this up here and move this over. And I got the top of the tablet up here, and I know that because you got the branding here and the writing there and the camera there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide it into the top portion of this case here. Okay, nice and snug. Snap it down. There we go. Inserted. Close it up. There we go. That's the XOOM in the case. Now the case itself, like I said, it's got a rubberized texture to it with plastic accents on it. And it has openings for your speakers back here, of course your power button, and your camera and your dual LED flash back here. And it snaps closed. You also, when it's closed, you also have access to your headphone jack here, and also the SIM card slot and micro SD card slot. So even when it's closed, you could play music on it and access your storage there. Other than that, everything is nicely covered up and protected. So now on the back of the case here, there's a joint here, okay? And that's going to allow the case to bend so you can also use it as a stand. I'm really not a case person, like I said before, but the only reason I bought this is because I wanted a stand. I wanted somehow to prop this up on its own without me having to constantly hold it all the time. So I'm going to open it up here from the top, and there we go. Now, like I said, the joint is back here, so I'm just going to lift the tablet out of the case here and then prop it up like that. Okay, so I have the device fired up here so you can see it with the different angles that you can use on this when you use it as a stand. This is the center one. This is the center trench down here. And let me just show you a little bit closer up. You have 3 different positions you could put this in. And there are 3 different trenches where you just angle the device into. Now I can put this in the furthest back position here. This is the furthest back trench, and it gives me the most upright position of the tablet. Or if I want a little bit more of an angle on it, I can put it into the center one right there. Or if I want it almost flush to the table, but with a slight angle on it, I can put it there. So we'll see how this works out for me. Like I said, I'm really not much of a case person, but this is going to be doubling as a case and a stand, which is most important to me. Alright, here's a quick update. I've been using this case for a couple of days, and there's one thing I really don't like about it, and it's where it snaps in on the sides here. The case is very rigid on the sides here. It's, like I said before, it's got a rubbery texture to it, but right here for the frame it has a rigid plastic, and that wouldn't be so bad, but this part is meant to come out of that rigid part when it's used to stand up in the case here. So in order to do that, let me show you here closer. In order to do that, you have to actually pull it out of there. And what that does is it ends up kind of giving a little wear here to the side of the device itself. And I really don't like that too much, because after a while you're going to wear through the color here, and you're going to make a mark there. So I'm going to try and be very gentle on the other side when I pull it out of there, and see if I can do it where it doesn't actually... Well, see, it's still difficult to do it on that side too. So, not so sure I like this case too much just because of that, because every time you want to set it up like that, you're going to have to pop it out of there. So there's got to be a better way. I really don't know if I'm going to keep this case as of right now, but I just wanted to give you guys a better idea of what you can expect if you do get this case for your Motorola Xoom. So that pretty much does it for this video. I'll see you next time.